Disclaimer. Everything in this podcast is meant to be only used as entertainment content. Everything said or implied is not meant to be taken seriously in any way and is either considered satire or personal opinion. Political or medical stances especially are purely considered satire and are not to be taken seriously or as any kind of advice. Welcome back. Take two.
Podcast with the least enthusiasm ever. I'm sick.
I'm sick too. Like, we're both kind of sick, honestly.
Yeah, do you do skateboards?
Yeah, I do skateboards.
You know what skateboards have?
Viruses?
No. Coolness. And you know what's the shape of a skateboard?
Coolness. It's a cool
Rectangular
shape.
with rounded edges. You know what's also rectangular with rounded edges?
Tell me.
The Switch 2! Let's talk about it.
That was the cheesiest segue I've ever heard, but it worked so well.
Hell yeah! It's gonna be my main job now, thinking of segues. And I don't mean segue tours. Those are not cool.
You know what segue is cool though?
Which
This one. To our sponsor. No, we don't have a sponsor.
And no. Someone sponsored us when the highest view count we've ever had is literally 69. No, wait,
Oh,
wait,
man.
wait, hold on.
It's 74 now. It's 74 now. Somehow it went up while we
Oh, damn.
like yeah. Anyway,
No,
the Switch 2.
why?
It's
There we
been
go.
a bit controversial, huh? It's
Very much so.
indeed.
Slight improvements, a lot of money involved. They
I mean,
are
it's-
bringing back some very nice games. They're popping out banger after banger, but I'm still
Yes.
not willing to pay 80 to 90 euros for it.
To be fair, it's not just slight improvements. The improvements, especially the graphical fidelity, is like amazing compared to the Switch. And I think that's definitely something you should like keep in mind. Cause like when like it is, in terms of graphics, basically a PS4 Pro as a handheld. The fact that it's a handheld is like, you gotta keep that in mind too, because
Yeah, but it's like a very big handheld.
it's a big handheld, but like there's a reason why it's big, because people wanted it to be
If I
bigger.
wanted such a big handheld, I would just get a PS5 portable.
Those are shit though.
I guess I don't care.
Like, do you understand how they
I'm not
work?
gonna buy either of those anyway. Do I look like I have the money for it?
No, but like, do you understand how they worked? Like the
No.
PS5 portals. Basically,
Oh wait,
it's
hold on.
nothing
Isn't
more.
that like console hosting?
It's literally nothing more than a fucking streaming device. You have to have an actual PS5 to use it.
Oh yeah, no, that sucks. What the fuck?
It's basically as if the Wii U was sold in a weird
where
way
the-
where they sold the console and the gamepad separately.
They do that on eBay now.
They do that on eBay, but like that makes sense because it's secondhand and everything. But like, it was just a flop. They tried to make it portable and it just didn't fucking work. Because it's not a portable console, it's just a streaming device.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Now the companies themselves are turning into scalpers.
Anyway,
Or so I have heard.
but yeah, Switch 2.
I'm a Switch
I get
too.
why. No, not that kind of Switch. You'll get your time, but not now.
But I like turning the light on and off. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, the Switch too. I get why it's. I get why people. Why a lot of people don't like it. I don't like it either. I'm still gonna buy it. I already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I was confused as to why.
Cause it's like it's a fucking Nintendo console, and I'm a sucker for those.
Yeah, same. If I had the money, I would probably still buy it.
Yeah. I get why a lot of people are probably saying they're not gonna get one. It does kind of seem like Nintendo's curse is coming back at them. I don't think the Switch 2 is gonna fail as bad as the other consoles Nintendo had, but I certainly think that it's gonna have a difficult time staying successful. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna have much sales after the,
It's definitely gonna have problems in the US with all the like thingies going on with the tariffs and everything.
Yeah, the terrorists.
Tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
Terrorists.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
missed something.
Of course. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a big problem for Nintendo. Maybe, just maybe, I am very hopeful that the reason the normal sales price is so high for the Switch 2 is because of the tariffs in the US, because Nintendo is trying to like balance it out, making it a little bit more expensive everywhere else, so they can like pull the price down in the US so the tariffs don't affect it too badly. If that makes sense. Probably not the case, but I'm hopeful.
Wait,
That's
why would
like
they do that? I think they make enough other international sales.
Yeah, that's the thing. It makes no real sense because they're not gonna make money that way. But
Where the fuck did I put my phone? Oh yeah, right.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't so my asshole.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely getting my Switch too. I'm hyped for the games. They are fucking good, you gotta say.
I'm still not buying one until they announce a Splatoon 4.
They're definitely gonna do that. Let's be honest. They'd be stupid if they didn't.
I don't know how it's gonna be. Like, if it gets to that point, I might like save up some money for it so I can buy it, because I'm a sucker for Splatoon.
Understandable. Honestly, in your position, I would probably try to like maybe lend yourself some money from a friend or something to buy the console, then basically transfer all your save data from the regular Switch and then sell your regular Switch.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
Because like when you think about it, the Switch 2, like it has everything the Switch has, but more. I'm still gonna keep my Switch.
I'm not sure if the Switch 1 is going to have a lot of demand then.
It probably will though. Because I mean, we've seen the price for the Switch 2. We've seen how upset people are about it. And I wouldn't blame the parents of like children to basically have the same opinion and then think like, oh, I'd rather get my child like a regular Switch instead, like a second-hand one that's even cheaper.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my regular Switch just simply because it's a special edition. It's a Smash Bros. Special edition. And also I like to keep things, even though sometimes they're unnecessary. I still have my Wii U. I still like my Wii U. I still have my 2DS. I'm not gonna give those away. They are a part of my childhood, so. And they're also kind of just part of my life. I wouldn't want to give it away for no fucking reason.
Yeah, would you lend it though? Like, technically.
Yeah, why not? Like, if someone wants to try out the Switch or something, whatever. Why not?
I don't know. I'm not sure I trust people with my electronics. Like, sometimes, okay, I can like lend you my 2DS. I can lend you my 2DS if I know you're responsible and you don't have any like pets that would kill it.
I'm a responsible adult who knows how to adult.
Exactly. That's why you're not getting my Switch.
Oh. But speaking of lending, actually, I don't know if you like noticed that part of that was the other Nintendo Direct, where they presented the digital game cart feature.
Oh yeah, I saw that. What the fuck?
That is fucking awesome.
No, dude.
What do you mean?
I want to have my games on the game cart, not permission. Like, I at least want to have the picture on the game cart. That's what I buy the physical versions for.
You're, like, completely misunderstanding what the feature does.
Am I?
You are.
Oh, rats. Okay, explain.
Like, literally, it's basically just an add-on to what exists already. So basically, it's only about digital versions of games. And it basically lets you, like when you buy a game digitally, you can basically lend it to friends. And like, they don't have to own the game then. You can just, like, I think you have to connect the consoles once locally, and then you can, like, give that other person that digital game that you own for, like, 2 weeks, and then they can play it offline, everything. And after 2 weeks, you basically get it back again, and then you can play it on your own console again after that. And you can basically... It's basically like, you know, as if you would lend a friend, like, the physical version, but without the actual cartridge.
Kind of like the download share for 3DS?
Not quite. It's like the the feature that Steam implemented a while ago with the game sharing.
Ooh,
Game sharing, yeah. Basically that, but for Nintendo games. Which I think is really cool, especially because of, like, you could always, like, have a secondary Switch with the same account and shit, like, on the go and stuff. But if it was your secondary Switch, you couldn't play offline. you had to be online to play those games, and if you like, well, if you're using your secondary Switch like on the go, you're not gonna have like Wi-Fi to connect to online. So
Hold on, wait.
it was
I
kind of
think
a
I missed
hassle. It was kind of a hassle, basically, to play your, or like, how do you, like if you had two systems, it was kind of a hassle to have one specifically for like playing games on the go, because you could connect it to your Nintendo account and like have the games on there too, but again, you would have to like be on an internet connection to be able to start those games.
Why? Can't you just download the games?
It basically, you can have like your Nintendo account tied to multiple Switches, right?
Yes.
And the thing is, one of those Switches has to be the main system. And the main system, basically, is the only system that actually has all the rights to like play the games whenever you want. The secondary system can access these games, but only if you're playing online. It does that to make sure that you're not playing the same copy of the game on like two systems at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Because of company greed and shit.
Yeah.
But like, now you can just like trade, like, or like send your digital copy over to another system, and you don't have to have an internet connection for that. You can just use it as if it was like mainly on there. And after 2 weeks, it automatically gets sent back to the owner. That is really nice, especially if you would like want to. And another feature is like in a family group, you can share games without like having to like physically be close to each other. At least as far as I understood it now. And it just lets you share your games across your entire family group. Which is just kind of neat. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of things easier, and also it just gives more freedom to people who enjoy having like digital games more than like physical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what I was gonna say is like, when you have a friend that you're like, you probably know these kinds of friends where you're kind of close to them, but you also don't trust them entirely, right?
Yeah.
And like, I've had that happen with my DS games, where I gave a friend of mine like a DS game, and then I didn't see it again for like multiple years.
Oh, I think you told me about that guy.
Yeah. He basically lost my my precious Pokemon Platinum for quite a while.
Yeah, you did. You
It
told me about
literally,
that guy.
yeah, it literally took me to walk up to his fucking front door, go inside and like look through all of his like toy crates to find the fucking cartridge. And I only did that like right after we moved from that place. So if I didn't do that day, I probably would have never gotten that back ever. That, yeah, that shit just can't happen with this system because after 14 days, you automatically get your copy back. No internet connection needed. You just get it back.
Cool.
That is cool. I like that.
I bet those cartridges are gonna cost like $30 a piece.
What do you mean, those cartridges?
I thought that's kind of like
No,
like a
it's just about
like music.
no, it's just about digital games. It's all about like digital stuff. It's just called like digital cartridge thingy. Digital game card feature. There we go. It just lets you basically share your digital games with friends. That's all it does. You don't need to buy anything.
Or so you think.
Well, you do have to have
The
an
Switch.
online subscription. At least the one lending the game has to have an online subscription, I think. Or both? I'm
Would
not
make
sure
sense.
anymore. No, I think only the one owning the game has to have an online subscription. The other one doesn't, as far as I know.
That's good then.
That is good. That is cool. And even if it's like required to have one on both ends, who cares? Everyone has it nowadays.
Yeah, because a lot of games are unplayable without it.
Exactly. But yeah,
Nintendo.
I do think the other side doesn't need one necessarily. What I do very much enjoy too about the Switch 2 though is the basically download play is back from the DS era. Did you notice that? Did you hear about that?
That's what I said, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like, just the fact that you can finally play Mario Kart with other people again on multiple systems without having multiple cartridges. Oh, thank you, Nintendo. And don't even get me started on the Switch Online GameCube app. I'm hyped.
Oh yeah, I definitely saw that.
I'm so fucking hyped for that, not gonna lie. The
thing is,
if
I'm
they
not
do
really
some
so
right
hyped for it.
moves. What'd you say?
I don't know. I mean, I've tried like almost all of the games that they have. Not the GameCube games, but like the others, like
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 and Game Boy Advance. I think they have. Either I'm just way too incompetent for games that don't have a tutorial, or whatever. I didn't understand the objective. I don't know where to go. I don't know what buttons to press. I don't know what the story is. Nothing.
I mean, yeah, it's an old handheld system. It had its limitations, definitely. And games back then were very different, I think, too. Makes sense. I think GameCube games are gonna be different, though. They
I tried
are.
playing Kirby. I couldn't even figure out what direction I was supposed to go in. Same with Mario Sunshine. I went everywhere.
yeah.
I didn't know what to do. It was basically
Sunshine-
just a big step.
Yeah, you have to. I don't know. It was weird for me too, a bit, like, to get into the game. But after you kind of figured things out, how things work, it was pretty cool. It took a while though, I'll be honest. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe we're both dumb, but like, it's cool.
That's why I like Pokemon. They tell you what the game's about. You get to do the character. Customization, character customization. You choose your Pokemon, they tell
That
you
took
where to
a while
go.
for me to. Oh God. Yeah, that didn't sound like Nintendo there.
Well, yes, but on other websites.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Where were we? All right, GameCube games.
Bingo, download game, and why old games are so difficult.
Yeah. With the whole GameCube game thing on Switch 2, I think if they do some right moves, if they bring the right games there, it's gonna, like, that shit's gonna sell like hell. I know for a fact that if they bring games like Smash Bros. Melee or
Animal
Metroid,
Crossing Wild World?
that was on the
No,
DS.
wait, I think it was DS, yeah.
But if they bring
fuck
things
that?
like Melee and Metroid Prime 1 and 2 to the service, I'm, like, straight up, I'm buying the upgrade pack for Switch Online.
I already have the upgrade pack.
You didn't invite me in the family group?
I already have a family group with like 3 other friends. We're full. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're full? Can't you, like, have up to 8 friends in there?
I think we have the version where there's 4 people. We have my best friend, his mom, another mutual friend, and me.
There is no, like, version that only has 4.
I have no idea, but they don't know you or like you.
Oh.
God, even sometimes I ask myself why I'm still friends with you. And then I laugh at your stupid fucking jokes.
They're good jokes, though.
No, they're the reason why you got kicked out of the server.
Whoopsie! I may or may not have a little bit of an impulsive personality.
Yeah, you don't say. Never noticed that before. Just
Really?
look into our chat.
I don't want to. I'm scared.
Bro, the memes you send me on a regular basis can get us both. No, not us both. You could get you incriminated.
They could. They would get me arrested, probably. To be fair, though, the picture that we, like, the collage we made.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was perfect.
You want to put that as a thumbnail?
Oh boy.
You want to put that picture as a thumbnail? Just for the one episode?
No.
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 Can
Doesn't
you
have
show
enough
it?
brown in it. Why is my brain immediately thinking of browning my pants? What the heck?
Brother!
Anyway.
Talking about browning your pants.
Oh no.
I shit my pants. No, I don't. No. I was at a bookstore.
Damn.
To get
there
books.
You shit your pants?
I almost shit my pants because I was so scared to talk to the employees because I'm embarrassed of my basic books.
Yeah.
So,
relatable.
Yeah. The problem is they have books, more than enough books. They also have English books, but the ones that I want are never there in English. They only have them in German for some fucking reason because we're in Germany on Heil Deutschland. I was like, And we definitely have to cut that out.
I will not.
I love Germany, haha, but I don't like our bookstores because everything's in German and I cannot read smut in German, okay? Like, I cannot. Like, I feel like something just goes missing. And the only positive part about the books that I read are that the language feels nice. Like, it feels intuitive. Whereas German always sounds like there's some, like,
Doesn't feel natural.
Scoring college German literature student being like, hey, this could get phrased way complicated. I could just make this way more complicated than it needs to be. Let's do that. Use words that no one fucking has ever heard of.
I think it also just sounds a lot less natural than English does. Because a lot of these...
my point. That's why
because
I
a lot
hate
of these stories...
German.
Yeah, a lot of
Like,
these
if they're
stories are like
originally
written...
in German, that's fine, but if they're translated, no thank you.
Yeah.
Miss me with a gate.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing for movies too. It just, like, a lot of things just don't come across as natural. Like, we've, like, a lot of people, most people have, like, grown accustomed to it, but, like, actually, like, sit down and watch, like, just some random movie that was directed and, like, filmed in the US. Go watch, I don't know, The Avengers or whatever. And try to focus, like, really hard on what and how they're saying things. Because it's just gonna sound so weird when you compare it to like, actual day-to-day language in German. It just... Ugh. You know?
Yeah, and for some reason they always try to squeeze in sayings in German.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't get
stupid?
what that is all about.
It's turned into, do you have a bird, man? That's better in German. Or, my yellow is not the English from the egg. My
What? Your yellow is not the English from the egg.
I mean, my English is not the egg from the yellow from...
It just keeps getting worse.
That's what your mom said last night. When she looked at photos of you growing older.
Oh, what has this turned into?
A shit show, just like always. You're lucky we haven't talked about genitals yet.
Okay. I see. Alright.
So on that note... Actually, I have no segue for this. You go on.
I don't have a segue either. I'm too broke to buy one, actually.
Yeah, technically
spent
it's just
all
a
my
hoverboard
money.
with a stick.
Yeah, I just spent all my money pre-ordering the Switch. So Switch 2.
Switch 2.
No.
Very important.
It is actually very important. It's not even a joke. Imagine imagine they announced the Switch 2 and I just pre-ordered another Switch.
That would be
How
sad,
stupid would
but
that
also
be?
kind of funny, not gonna lie.
Oh boy. Different topic. I forgot what I was gonna say. Great. Shit.
We also had the topic of trains in Germany.
not that I want to like bash you for it, but topic of German trains, like you brought that up pretty late, not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, that's pretty on brand for the subject, so just view it as a stylistic choice.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. You know, I even have a personal story with that. Yesterday was Monday. Like, on the day that we're recording this. Yesterday was Monday. And
Badly.
normally, I'm not very fond of Mondays, but I deal with them normally. Like, they're fine. They're just another day of the week. Sure, it's the beginning of the week. For some reason, some people consider Sunday the first day of the week, which is why?
Stupid.
Yeah, why? I don't know. Anyway, on typical Monday fashion, I turned into fucking Garfield. Reason for it being, I was downtown with friends, so everything was normal. Everything was on time, except that my bus was running late, but that's fine. But on the way back, so
What are those sounds?
sounds of dismay. I had the wrong bus. Not really wrong bus. I changed my mind. So I got out of the bus, had to run back to the station, which was my fault. But then, like the tram, like,
Tram, yeah.
yeah, basically. Like, I don't even know, is there a word for it? Those, miniature train / bus things that run on railroads, but, just go over the street.
Yeah, that's a tram.
Yeah, but is that also the word in English?
Yeah, there's
Alright.
literally no other word.
Train. So, I barely caught the tram because it was earlier than it was supposed to be there. Then I thought, okay, that's fine. We went to the train station via tram, caught the train. Everything was fine. Then, in the middle of the travel, like, we were already a bit late. That's fine, that's normal. Like, 5 minutes, normal, is to be expected every day in this country. With public transport. But then what happened is that we stay still. Everyone's whispering, what's going on here? What's going on? Why are we standing still? We're not even at a train station. Then an announcement from the train conductor. Yeah, sorry, something just walked in front of us. We're gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna give you updates. Everyone is whispering, what the fuck? Did someone try to off themselves? I don't know. Let's not check. Everyone's walking through the train. People are walking from left to right, front to back. People are looking out of the windows, even though they agreed not to. What do I see? Animal control. A emergency car. What the fuck is that called? The wee woo wagon?
The wee woo wagon? You mean, fuck, I had the word.
The hospital truck.
The hospital truck. It, ambulance. There we go.
Oh yeah, the ambulance. The wee woo wagon police car.
Wee woo wagon. Oh boy.
So my first reaction was, what the hell? I looked out of the window and I was like, oh my Neptune. I just sat back down and read my book because I could not. Like, people were calling and no one was speaking German. God knows why. Like, I don't understand anything. I get really overstimulated. My girlfriend gives me her noise cancelling headphones so I don't, like, scream at everyone. I was so close to hitting a child, I swear. And
I'm
I was
always
just trying
close
to
to hitting a
read, okay?
child.
Like, both of our batteries are close to dying. Not so close to dying. Like, she still had 18%. I think I had around 30%. But we still had a journey ahead of us, so I was getting kind of nervous. So I thought, okay, I just read my book, calm down. Then 1.5 hours later, we get another announcement. Yeah, it's still not clear what that was. We don't think it was a human, but yeah, we're gonna be here for a bit. I'm gonna give you more updates. We're gonna continue driving soon. Time goes by. I wait. I read my chapter. Can barely read because everyone around me is still talking and not in German or English. Everyone, for some reason, they think it's a good idea in crisis situations to put their speaking partner on a video call at full volume and scream to them.
What the
I don't know
hell
why.
is wrong with people?
Everything. At least they didn't pack out some generationally ripe hard cheese like they normally do.
Yeah.
Or like a box of fermented eggs or whatever. I don't know. Like, would be
Imagine
pretty
you.
uncommon for Germany, right? And
Imagine you let a cheese wheel ripe for literal generations down in your basement, just to fucking unpack it in the middle of a like full train and eat it there unceremoniously.
honestly, sometimes that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for
sad.
sponsoring Deutsche Bahn, by the way. I hate you guys. Yeah, I can't wait to have a car. Right. Where was I? Announcement, right? Announcement number 2. They tell us, okay, 10 minutes maybe, a few minutes, we're gonna be gone. And then we get a third announcement. Yeah, we figured it out. It was not a human. We're fine. We're gonna continue. We sit another 5 minutes. The train starts moving. It stops again. Because for some fucking reason, it just doesn't work, right? Like, you know when you start your car, but it doesn't quite work and then it dies for a second and you have to start again?
Yeah.
Choking your car?
Choking.
In German,
Carl
it's
likes
choking.
that.
I'm not gonna choke a piece of machinery, but that's what the train conductor did. Apparently. Like, how the fuck do you abwürgen den Zug? And then we continued. And it was like, okay, everything's going smoothly. We're gonna get the next train. Like, it's gonna be close, but we're gonna catch the train. And then, shortly before our next stop, like, before we have to get out, the one we have to get out at, somebody just thinks it's a good idea to sit next to the rails and put their legs inside the thing where the rails are. Like, they're sitting on the platform and have their feet hung over the edge. And that's why we had to stop another time, and that almost made us miss our bus. Like, if the bus driver hadn't waited, we would have missed our last bus. It was like 9 p.m. at that point. I was so done.
Oh, fucking hell. Why are people so stupid?
Because we live in Germany. I don't know what the education standard here is. Apparently it's high, but I can't see any trace of it.
There is no education. Oh, at least not with those people.
Judging by my bookshelf, I guess I'm not better.
Well,
like, I read bad rom-coms? What now?
I want to say suicide, but I don't think YouTube would like that.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe we should blur that, like the word.
Nah.
And also my swears.
It's gonna be fine.
I guess. Sorry for swearing so much, by the way.
Nah, embrace it. The people love it.
Oh, and can you put
do everything
suspense
for clicks.
music under my story?
What?
Can you put like suspenseful music behind my story?
Sure.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna check, by the way.
Go ahead.
Alright. How long are we in?
Been talking for
no,
44 minutes.
The coitus I had with your mom last night.
Again, like, you really don't want to.
Probably not. I've heard stories about her.
Exactly. Yeah, we're in 45 minutes now.
Alright.
I think we've brainwashed our audience a bit too much already.
Probably. Do you want to move on to recommendations, or do you have something to talk about?
I mean, yeah, let's go to recommendations. Why not?
All right, what's yours?
You go first this time. Hey, let me think about it more a bit.
Thank you. I think my recommendation is for the people that don't have high expectations of books and like to suffer while reading them. I highly suggest Little Stranger by Leigh Rivers. It's a dark romance about foster siblings, and the guy goes a little AWOL, and a little is definitely, understatement. I will, however, give a quick summary of the trigger warnings if the bookshelf would let me grab the book. Trigger warnings include heavy somnophilia, CNC, dubious consent, drugging, branding, choking, coitus including a dying body, brother, sister, kink, knife play, primal play, blood, pain, fear, screwdriver, and spiders. Exactly. Yeah, so... Yeah.
How is...
Please don't read this if you are arachnophobic.
How is a screwdriver a fucking trigger warning?
I'm not gonna spoil our audience. I can tell you. I can tell you when we're done recording, but I think I should say this on YouTube.
Well, I definitely picked my recommendation, and that would be to not read that.
And maybe
that sounds
go to therapy.
horrible. Yeah, go look for therapy.
You know what the worst part of it is?
Recommendation. What?
You know what the worst part of it is?
Tell me.
It has a second part and an audiobook, and I have consumed all three of them.
Why are you eating audiobooks?
You know, consumption doesn't always have to be eating. I mean, I can definitely consume your mom. In more than one way.
Yeah, I feel like this is going in the wrong direction again, so, I would say let's wrap this up.
So you really don't want to have an original recommendation?
Oh, I'm, like, full on sure that all I want to recommend is not reading that book.
Alright, there you have it. So whether you decide to read it or not to read it shows who's
not gonna die next episode.
Whose is your favorite? Tell us in the comments. Please subscribe. Fund my therapy. Yay!
No one's gonna fund your therapy.
Yeah, probably not. I'm just gonna have to
Yeah.
continue reading books like that. Maybe one day my parents will give up and finally pay my therapy.
You understand that no one's gonna pay for your fucking therapy as long as you keep traumatizing yourself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, at least you're aware. But on that note, I would say thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and if you like the episode, leave a like, subscribe
If you
if you want to support us.
Anyway.
Exactly. We are very interested about your opinions. Leave them in the comments below if you want to. One last announcement that I want to make is next episode we may or may not possibly have a guest. We'll see. I am thinking about a different thing we're gonna add, which Laura doesn't know about either right now.
Do I have to be scared?
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah.
So if I'm not there next episode, y'all know he killed me.
Anyway, stay tuned for the next episode. I think it will it's gonna turn out interesting at the very least. Yeah, subscribe if you want to support us. Stay tuned for the next episode, and see you then. Until then,
Yeah.
have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.